Huh! When two blades were suddenly pressed against her neck, Julia froze completely, unable to react. From the moment the assassins entered, to Dustin's accusation, it had all happened so fast, so abruptly. By the time she realized what was happening, she was already in danger. Dustin! You set me up! Seeing that she was about to be taken hostage, Julia panicked. Gentlemen, wait! This is a misunderstanding. I'm not Dahlia. You've got the wrong person. Humph! You think I'm stupid? This guy already said you're Dahlia. The lead assassin growled. He's lying! Don't listen to him! Julia cried out in desperation. She hadn't expected Dustin to get back at her like this. It was downright despicable. According to our intel, Dahlia lives in this room. If you're not her, then what are you doing here? The lead assassin asked with suspicion. I was just passing by. Bullshit! Still trying to deny it? You won't learn your lesson until you're staring death in the face. The leader lost his temper and slapped her hard across the face. Twice, stunning Julia completely. What are you all standing there for? Take her! With a command, several underlings dragged Julia toward the door. It's not me. I swear it's not. Dustin, you bastard! You set me up on purpose. You animal! Julia broke down in tears, wailing. She knew that once she was taken away, guilty or not, she'd be tortured for sure. Dustin! I'm sorry! I was wrong, I admit it. Please save me. I'm begging you, for the sake of our family ties, for old Master Nicholson's sake, you can't just let me die. Julia caved, frantically apologizing, because right now, Dustin was the only one who could save her. Shut her up! The leader grew annoyed by her screams and gave her a few more hard slaps, leaving her dazed and bleeding from the mouth. Finally, when the timing was right, Dustin spoke calmly. Gentlemen, my apologies. I made a mistake earlier. She's not Dahlia. What? At his words, the group paused. You little punk! You trying to mess with us? The leader narrowed his eyes, murderous intent surging. Something like that, Dustin said with a nod. You're dead! Furious, the man raised his blade and slashed down with great speed and strength, clearly a skilled martial artist. But Dustin didn't dodge. Instead, he caught the blade with one hand, then delivered a powerful kick to the man's stomach. The leader let out a scream as he was sent flying out the door. You dare hurt our boss? You're dead meat! The other three assassins let go of Julia and charged together at Dustin. Before they could even get close, Dustin's leg whipped across their faces like a steel whip. All three collapsed without a sound, knocked out cold on the spot. Holy crap! The lookout at the door, seeing this, was scared out of his wits and took off running. If all four of his comrades were down, why would he stick around and get killed too? Dustin, you! Julia stared in shock, completely stunned. She hadn't expected him to be so strong. In just the blink of an eye, he'd taken down 4 assassins. Amid her amazement, there was a hint of relief, but the fact that she'd gotten dragged into this mess because of him still left her bitter. Today's incident, you'd better explain it to Dahlia and apologize in person. And remember, there'd better not be a next time. Dustin looked down at her, voice cold. Fine, Dustin. I'll admit I lost today. But don't think you'll get away with it. You dared to hurt Miss Hummer. Master Hummer will never let you off. No matter how big Swinton is, there won't be a place for you to hide. Julia gritted her teeth. You've misunderstood something, Dustin replied flatly. It's not that the Hummer family won't let me go. It's that I don't plan on letting them go. They must issue a public apology for what they did. An apology? Ha! Are you out of your mind? Who do you think you are to demand the Hummers apologize? Julia sneered. Believe it or not, Dustin said indifferently. Humph! Still putting on a front? I hope you don't piss your pants when the time comes. Julia scoffed and stormed off. Dustin ignored her and dragged the heavily injured, blood-spewing assassin back into the hospital room. Did Edwin Hummer send you? So what if he did? The assassin sneered, unafraid. How many more of your kind are there? Dustin asked calmly. Humph! Dragon Mite Marshall Hall is filled with elite fighters. We're just the scouts. If you don't want to die horribly, surrender now, the assassin threatened. Dragon Mite Marshall Hall? Never heard of it. Dustin said with a shake of his head. You've never heard of it because you're ignorant, the man sneered. Kid! If I were you, I'd leave Swinton immediately. Otherwise, when our hall master comes in person, you won't even have a corpse left to bury. Is that so? Then I'll wait right here for him. Dustin smiled. Then, with a precise chop to the man's neck, the assassin passed out instantly. At that moment, a few powerful martial artists suddenly appeared at the end of the corridor. Leading them was Lu Chang. Greetings, Mr. Dustin! As they approached, Lu Chang clasped his hands respectfully. The young lady sent us to assist you. If you need anything, just say the word. Thank you, Master Lu. Dustin nodded slightly. There are a few assassins inside. I've knocked them out, please handle them. No problem. Lu Chang gave a hand signal, and his men immediately carried the unconscious killers away. Oh, and Master Lu, what's the background of this Dragon Might Martial Hall? Dustin asked. Among all the martial halls in Swinton, Dragon Might ranks in the top 3. Lu Chang explained. But they're full of thugs and criminals. They usually do dirty work for Edwin Hummer, like assassination and robbery. Their reputation is notorious. I see. Dustin nodded in understanding. Mr. Dustin, Dragon Might has many skilled experts, especially their hall master. He's one of the top fighters in Swinton, trained in extreme hard-body martial arts. Swords and blades can't hurt him. If you ever run into him, I'd advise you to run. Thank you for the warning, Master Lu. I know what to do, Dustin said with a calm face. In truth, he was very curious to see what the strongest fighter in Swinton was truly capable of. Night gradually deepened. The rain fell harder and harder. The empty street was deserted, not a soul in sight. Suddenly, several black Hummer SUVs sped through the front gate, splashing water high into the air. They screeched to a halt in front of a hospital building. As the car doors opened, a group of burly men stepped out, walking with imposing strides. Leading them was a towering, muscular man with a cigar in his mouth and a full beard. He stood nearly 2 meters tall, his body packed with explosive muscle, like a crane among chickens. Boss! He's in there. Still hasn't left, reported one of the earlier assassins who had escaped, pointing to a specific floor of the building. He had been keeping watch, waiting for reinforcements. I thought you losers could handle it. Didn't expect I'd have to come myself. The bearded man narrowed his eyes in irritation. This was none other than the head of Dragon Might Martial Hall. Boss, that guy's strength is overwhelming. We're no match for him. The assassin explained. Fine. Surround the building. Let's finish this fast so I can get some rest. The Martial Hall leader was clearly annoyed. If it hadn't been for Lord Hummer's kill order, he wouldn't have bothered with such a trivial matter. Stop right there! Who are you people? Just as they were preparing to clear the area, a group of suited bodyguards rushed out from the building. They were elite guards of the Harmon family. Oh? A bunch of nobodies guarding the place? Perfect. You guys take care of them. Call it warm-up practice. The Martial Hall leader ordered with a gesture. Thank you, Master! The martial artists behind him grinned viciously and, without hesitation, charged forward like hungry wolves. Hold them off! The Harmon bodyguards weren't intimidated. They met the charge head-on. A chaotic brawl broke out almost immediately. Although the bodyguards were strong, they were slightly outmatched in terms of martial skill. In no time, they were overwhelmed and pushed back. Things looked grim. Who dares harm a member of the Harmon family? A furious shout suddenly rang out. Lu Chang, flanked by several skilled fighters, charged into the fray. Wherever he passed, Martial Hall disciples were knocked down like bowling pins. He was a force of nature. Oh? A late-stage internal strength martial artist? The Martial Hall leader sneered coldly. Such cheap tricks, and you dare show off in front of me? Out of my way! Lu Chang's fists were fierce and unrelenting. The martial artists from Dragon Might Hall were quickly losing ground. Fool! The Martial Hall leader's face turned cold as he suddenly lunged forward, punching straight at Lu Chang. Whoosh! The force of his punch tore through the rain like a blade through cloth. Ha! Lu Chang's expression changed dramatically. A strong sense of danger made him raise his arms to block. Boom! A deep thud echoed. Lu Chang's guard shattered instantly. The tremendous force sent him flying over 10 meters, gouging deep trenches into the ground with his heels until he finally crashed into a wall. Ugh! Blood gushed from his mouth. Weak. The Marshall Hall leader curled his lip in contempt. So much for thinking this guy had skills. He couldn't even take one punch. Who are you? Lu Chang's face darkened as he glared at the hulking figure. It was too dark to see his face clearly. You don't even know who I am, and you dare touch my men? The bearded man stepped closer, his face finally revealed under a street lamp. You're the Marshall Hall master? Lu Chang's eyes widened in horror. His worst fear had come true. Good. Since you know my name, I'll give you a chance. Kneel and beg for mercy. Maybe I'll let you live. The man mocked, as if watching a clown perform. You too, go warn Mr. Dustin. Tell him to escape. I'll hold them off. Lu Chang clenched his jaw, bracing himself for death. Yes, sir. The two bodyguards behind him didn't dare hesitate and rushed into the building. Their mission was to protect Dustin. Even if it cost their lives, they wouldn't back down. Heh! You think you can hold me off? The Marshall Hall leader chuckled darkly. Even a moment is enough. Lu Chang's gaze was resolute. Humph! Since you're so eager to die, don't blame me. With a snort, the Marshall Hall leader shot forward like a cannonball, slamming into Lu Chang. Let's go! Lu Chang roared and charged to meet him. Boom! The impact sounded like a car crash. Lu Chang was sent flying several meters again, crashing into the muddy ground. Blood sprayed from his mouth and nose. He couldn't even stand. Overestimating yourself! The Marshall Hall leader sneered. With strength like this, Lu Chang wasn't even worthy of warming up. Mr. Dustin, I've done all I can. I hope you make it out. Lying in the rain, Lu Chang murmured to himself, eyes filled with despair. The Marshall Hall leader was no ordinary fighter. He was half a step into the Xiantian realm. With his body reinforced by external martial arts, he was practically impervious to weapons. Even a Xiantian master would have trouble with him. Lu Chang didn't even qualify to stall. To die by my hand, you should feel honored. The Marshall Hall leader slowly approached, towering over him like a god of death, about to deliver the final blow. Just as he raised his foot to stomp, crash! A window above shattered. A figure leapt down from high above and landed with a thunderous thud. The solid concrete ground cracked beneath him, forming two deep footprints. Cracks spiderwebbed out for several meters in every direction. Who's there? Everyone's faces turned pale with shock.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime. Love with no end. Love with no end. Staying in my imagination, memorizing the past time, the secrets, the love, the care. Now they're echoes in the air. I still see your face in every place, feel your warmth, your gentle grace. But now there's just an empty space, and I'm lost in this endless chase. Keeping you in my heart, a piece of you